We're back at the TBC Media Studios in downtown Bakersfield. Zach Ewing, Trevor Horn with you. Our many thanks to Centennial football coach Chad Brown and his players Parker Holbrook and Brandon Robinson for stopping by. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. You know, what's funny is I thought about it. And I think I said in August where I was looking at that schedule, and that team was really on the verge of, at the highest end, being undefeated 7-0 going into this week, going into tomorrow night, or at the low end, which is I really thought was 5-2. And here they are at that low end.
And they had a chance
but they
in
had
both
a chance.
Those games.
Both of those games, they had a lead against Clovis West.
Particularly against Clovis. I mean,
and they had the lead at halftime against Clovis West, and they could have, maintained that. But they just, I think they'll even tell you, they laid an egg in that game. But
well, and Clovis, so many missed opportunities. And Clovis, I don't think, played particularly well that week either. But it was a game that was there for the taking at home. Centennial couldn't take it. That'll stick with them a little bit, especially if they should happen to win these next 2 weeks and then beat Frontier, say, and get to 8-2. That would hurt their seed, that loss to Clovis. It really would. At that point, you'd have probably at best a 3 seed. That all sort of comes out in the wash anyway. We'll see what happens. They got a lot of business to attend to with BHS and Liberty. Hey, before we get to football predictions, it's the part of the show where I kick it over to Trevor. He tells you what's going on in the other fall sports in Kern County.
Yeah, so SWIL, the last regular season cross-country meet was yesterday over at River Park. It's Cagney Duncan once again blowing past the competition. You read the story they put in the paper today. She beat Sarah Hartshorn out of Frontier by 41 seconds, who was in second place. And then Maggie Baker, the senior over at BHS, who's kind of been battling injuries all year long. She had an illness, kept her out of 4 races, and now she's got this knee tweak in her ligament in her left knee. But she's coming along. She finished in third place. Stockdale girls, led by the two Cholametis sisters, Alex and Macy, they're running right along. They're one of the top teams in Division I. Miguel Morales finished first. His teammate Robert Sagasta finished in second on the boys' side. Liberty boys look really good. You look down the line. North has their boys and girls teams are really good in cross country this season. McFarland girls and McFarland boys are decent again. Really good teams again. Deviana Salcido out of McFarland might be one of the best cross-country runners in the state, and she's only a freshman. And what'd you say?
I said phenom.
Phenom. Truly a phenom. And this girl is incredible. She's running times that are 4th, 5th, 6th best times in the state right now. In the state. And she's a freshman over at McFarland. So, and then school that used to be Paramount Prep, it's now Wonderful College Prep Academy up in Delano. They're the D5 favorite in cross-country. Girls tennis playoffs start today.
That's wonderful news. Sorry.
Girls tennis starts today. Playoffs, first round. Division I. Clovis, which is 9 seed, is at 8 seed Garces. I'll be out there. And then in Division III, West is a 10 seed. They're at North, the 7 seed. I'll be out at that one also. And then out in Taft, they're the 6 seed in D3, and they're hosting Tulare Union, the 11 seed.
And every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you can catch BVarsity nightly, both on our BVarsity Live Facebook page and on the Bakersfield.com website. Trevor gives you the lowdown on prep sports before anybody else by 10 o'clock every night, BVarsity nightly, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, not every night.
I love our printer. This is supposed to be page 2 and page 3.
Yeah, well, PC load letter. Okay. So, we have some football predictions to get to. I felt like I was going to say something else, but it escapes me. Anyway, we'll
have volleyball action on the show later tonight. Actually, what I liked was yesterday, I'd never thought about this idea, but Jim Keene, the Stockdale athletic director, actually had his golf cart brought out to Riverwalk yesterday. So he was driving me around so I could get specific shots. And then we're between mile 1 and mile 2 in the boys' varsity meet, and we're riding in front of the first pack, and I actually turned around and was like, wait, keep going. I'm going to get some film. And it was actually kind of cool. It was like the Olympics style where actually
that's how they have to film these, not only marathon races and cross-country races that are on TV, but also like Tour de France bike races. They have to be filming on the move.
Yeah.
And
I'm actually going to start I'm going to see if I can do that again, hopefully this season, if not next year. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I think it's really good video.
It's a very cool perspective indeed. Okay, football predictions. Again, we are live tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, BVarsity game night, 7:30 kickoff at Griffith Field. Centennial, 5-2, 2-0 in the Southwest Yosemite League against Bakersfield High. They are 4-3, is that right? Mm-hmm. 4-3 and 2-0 in the SWYL. So both teams trying to get to 3-0. Liberty also plays Garces. We'll get to these predictions, but Liberty should, I think everybody agrees, should beat Garces if they play their best game, and that would put Liberty at 3-0 along with the winner of this game, and then Liberty finishes at Centennial, home against Bakersfield. So some more big games to come. Let's get to it. We're going to start with the Saturday game. It's 8-man football. Unfortunately, it's Back to the Future Day yesterday. We don't have Lone Pine, but it's Big Pine against Emmanuel Christian. By the way, this won't be till Saturday, but this is the first Kern County team to finish its regular season. Emmanuel Christian is done after this game. They're facing Big Pine. I take the Crusaders to finish up with a victory.
Yeah. You've got a big win for him. I've got him win 28-21 over Big Pine.
I have 52-35. 8-man football, 8-man football. Okay, Friday night now. Get to the other 8-man game. Mojave does not play this week, by the way. They're the best 8-man team, not only in the county, but perhaps in the state. Maricopa, they're at home against Coast Union, and this is one of, I believe, 4 games we differ on this week.
Which is good, especially after a week where we didn't differ on a single game last week.
We picked all 21 games the same last week.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk? Coast Union, it used to be an 11-man school. I kind of like the idea of them having a little more depth. I'm going to take Coast to come to Maricopa and win.
I like the home team, Maricopa, by 2 points.
Should be a good one. All right, 11-man football now. The Desert Mountain League. Boron at home against Desert Christian. The Bobcats started the year 1-3, but they're now 4-3, and they're unbeaten in the DML. So can they keep it rolling against Desert Christian?
Yep.
I say yes. Desert Christian's had some trouble scoring points. I got Boron 28-7.
Yep. Move on.
Moving on. The other big DML game, this is the real big one. These are the other 2 undefeated teams in the league and could end up being the league title game. Desert is at Vasquez. For me, if this game's at Desert, it's an easy call. The Scorps win. At Vasquez, it gives me a little bit of pause, but I'm still going to go with Desert in a shootout, 48-38. Not as much of a shootout as you've got.
I got 56-49. Let's play some ball.
And again, if Desert can win that game, they're in really, really good shape to win the DML for a second consecutive year. Moving on, the other Southern Section game out there. How about the Burros riding a 2-game winning streak, looking to make it 3 against Apple Valley. If they win this game, the Burros are guaranteed a playoff spot. I think Burros is rolling. In fact, I think what Burros is doing makes Garces and Tehachapi, 2 of the teams that beat them earlier in the year, look better and better. I think Burros wins this game at Apple Valley. 42-16, Trevor Horn.
No, Apple Valley by 2 touchdowns.
This is
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns, I think, 48-28. This is maybe the biggest difference we've had in our not just picking the game, but we've each got a blowout here.
Yeah.
So I'll make fun of you next week when Burroughs wins the game. How's that?
Whatever.
Okay. Into the Central Section now. Fraser Mountain. Got to mention it. This is a news show, okay? Fraser Mountain, 7 games. They have been shut out 7 times. Did Mark Tennis ever confirm this?
No, he hasn't called me back.
Okay, I think it is true that no team has ever suffered 10 shutouts in the same season. Fraser Mountain has 3 games left. One of them's against Bishop. Bishop is a pretty good team. The other 2, they have a chance, and this is one of them, Excelsior. They finished the year up with Rosamond.
Yeah, the one game that I really kind of pinpoint, it's the season finale against Rosamond.
Can they get in the end zone? Could they get a field goal? Could they just get on the scoreboard?
I really hope so, because I'm sorry. Jim Rome has that whole shtick. If you're going to do something, do it really well, whether it's good or bad. Not at this level. Score a point. Come on, guys.
All right, but I think we both picked Excelsior to get the 8th shutout of the year. Excelsior's actually pitched back-to-back shutouts itself, so that's not good news for the Fraser Mountain shutout streak here. I have 41-0, you have 38-0. We're so close on so many of these scores.
It's ridiculous.
It was actually shocking to see the other one where we were so far apart, the Burroughs-Apple Valley game.
For sure.
Okay, now that Fraser Mountain playing a non-league game, the other HDL teams, this is a big one now. Bishop, perennial league power in the HDL, is 1-0. Cal City, did this shock you? I tweeted this last night. Second longest winning streak in Kern County in 11-man.
Well,
we're not counting Mojave.
It wasn't just that they have it. It's the other team that has it too.
And we'll talk about them in a minute,
Yep.
but Cal City is only behind Ridgeview as far as 11-man football winning streaks in Kern County. Ridgeview at 7 in a row. Cal City at 5 wins in a row, but none of those victories have been against teams as good as Bishop. I think Cal City's in this game to the finish, but I think Bishop, I just have a feeling these guys know how to win. The program knows how to win. They find a way to pull it out. 16-14, tight.
I got a 28-21, not as tight as you, but I still think it's going to be a great game.
Okay, and the other HDL game this week, Kern Valley looking to stay unbeaten. They host Rosemont. Kern Valley has won 3 in a row, looking to win its 4th in a row, and I think they do it easily.
It's a weird game for them, too, because they had to play at Fraser Mountain on Monday night.
That's true.
But that game, I think, was out of hand pretty quickly, and they were able to play their starters, as minimal as possible. But it is a quick turnaround, so I don't necessarily think it's going to be that big of a blowout, but I don't see the Bronx winning whatsoever. In
You're
this
right.
one.
It's a little bit of a tricky game, not only because
Let's remind people why they played Monday night, because I-5 was closed, obviously, so they couldn't get from Lake Isabella over to Lebec.
And they postponed that game all the way to Monday to make sure they could get there.
Yeah, it was Monday at 5 p.m.
That's 3 days fewer rest. I'm a little surprised they didn't maybe move this game to a Saturday situation.
Well, I think that they were still worried whether or not it would I-5.
No. I mean this game, this weekend, Rosemont and Kern Valley, to give them just an extra day.
But then you take a game away from next week.
And that's the other thing is they finish the year at home against Cal City and at Bishop, 2 games that will decide the league title. So, this is a tricky spot for Kern Valley, but I think they're so much better than Rosemont that they win it anyway. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do a couple more before we break. McFarland, and this is what you were talking about. So Ridgeview's won 7 in a row. Cal City's won 5 in a row. The next longest winning streaks in the county, 4 in a row, belong to Bakersfield Christian, okay? And McFarland has won 4 games in a row.
Cougars.
Starting with a win over Kern Valley. They play Orange Cove this weekend. The winner here is in real good shape.
I finally saw
win
McFarland
the
USA,
League.
by the way.
What's that?
I finally saw McFarland USA. I feel bad saying that it took me so long to watch it.
How was it?
I had to look at it from a perspective.
A sigh, huh?
What's that?
A sigh.
It's Disney.
Yeah.
And it's Disney having to do what Disney does. I mean, but I like the fact that they did it. You know what I really liked was seeing our BVarsity run of the year in the final credits at the end of the year, which was really neat. So I like that they brought back the older guys and had a couple of guys from the team that are still on the team now in the final credit, how they're kind of showcasing how those guys are at the end. But it was weird because it was the whole thing. It was like they made it feel like California only has 1 state title and not divisional state titles.
Right, which is the case in track, but not in cross country. So anyway, I like McFarland at home to win this game. I think they get to 5 in a row, and you do too again. Where you say 28-14, I said 28-16. I mean, get out of my head.
Get out of my head. So
let's take a break.
I did these first.
Let's take a break here. We'll be back with the rest of our predictions right after this on BVarsity Live.